All right, let's do this. How is everybody doing today? We are going to be doing a double tonight. So this video is going to be coming to you guys early in the morning on Sunday, instead of like at 11. And I'm literally going to be downloading and crashing. There's a how do we put this? I'm trying to think, how do you even say this? I don't even know. Isn't that weird? There's been a lot of concern. I've been concerned about where we are educationally, and everybody knows, that my disdain for AI. It's not just because I don't like it, or that it's unfair competition, or all that freaking bullshit that people try to make it out to be. I don't know why I'm like acting like this is like a touchy subject or something like that, because it's not. It's but I've been told a lot, actually, which it actually started scaring me, which is probably one of the reasons why, because I normally didn't care about AI. Because it wasn't good, the deep fakes weren't good enough, or whatever the fuck that was going on with them, and I didn't even care if they got good enough. The thing that I've definitely noticed is that even artists, even people who have a lot of talent, who use AI, I've watched their actual art, the cleanup that they've been doing for the AI. I've watched their art actually suffer. I actually watched a fire truck and an ambulance basically pulled it right next to me and stopped, and I was just like, oh, they're going here, and I was trying to be courteous and let them go past me. I've totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I've watched people, everything suffer, and it's like, it really does get to the point where they're becoming dependent upon AI. It's getting to that point where they're becoming very dependent upon AI to do their work. And when you're not doing the art, it's not your art. It's theft. It's all that stuff, but it's never yours, and it's never your creativity. I don't care what you put in, what you said that made you have this. There's a reason why it's called AI sludge for nothing. It's not. It's not called AI sludge for nothing. It is. It's just crap. And it's gonna, the AI bubble is going to pop. It's going to basically wreck the economies across the world, and it's going to be bad. We are probably going to have a huge housing crisis again. It's going to, that bubble's going to pop. We have a housing crisis. What I'm saying is that it's going to tank the economy, housing crisis. And then, of course, the AI bubble will probably pop on top of it. It is, like I was just saying, it's not sustainable. And I don't personally care about, whether we have a depression or not. We're just gonna have to get through it. The place where I've always been is that I feel that AI is stripping individuality, it's taking away from people being able to shine as themselves. And I hate to say it, that is the tough work. That is the hardest part. That is the harder way to go. It is definitely not the easier path. And I'm sorry, there really is no easy path. I don't think that we're ready to pay the cost for what AI is, the price tag that AI is doing. And people are like, it's free now. It's not free. It's never going to be free. It's going to hit you in the electric bills. It's going to hit you with your independence and your freedom and all that stuff. And then after it takes all that stuff away from you, after it basically just creates a dependency upon it, then they're going to charge you, because you can't live without it. I'm never going to be dependent upon AI. I say that, and I know never say never. I never want to be dependent upon AI. How's that sound? And because I don't want to be, I don't want to use it. I don't want it to be a part of my lexicon. I don't want it to answer my questions. I remember, and I might actually do this one of these years, But back in the day, I wanted to do like a very meta show within the show, and I was going to do on this channel, a Q knows best, and I tried to set it up several times, and it has not worked out for me. And I don't think I'm going to try to set it up again. I'm just going to like let it happen organically. But what I wanted people to do was submit questions, and they don't have to be hard questions. It could be whatever questions, but difficult. I would like it to be difficult for me to answer correctly. It could be a math question, it could be any question, but instead of saying I don't know, what I have to do is I have to answer to the best of my ability. And some questions I will just get right. I do know a few things. But most questions I would get wrong, and then I would have the answer. Then I would put the answer on, and I might read the answer, the actual answer, and maybe even talk about how close I was to the actual answer. But with AI, I almost feel like I should be doing a versus. Q versus AI. QI versus AI. And it might be fun, but I really don't want to. I don't even want to give AI any traction. Because the truth is that I wouldn't trust the answers that AI gives. And they might even be close, which makes it even worse. Because they might even seem to be true. No, I'd rather do the actual answer to the question, and then that. I was gonna have a buddy actually do the research and give the answers. But yeah, that was gonna be the show, and I thought that, oh my God, this is gonna be so much fun to do. Blah blah blah. I don't have traction, so because I don't have traction, I'm not getting people asking me questions. Again, when I think about the fact that there was one time I had 12,000 people following me on Twitter. You know what that meant? Nothing. It meant nothing. It means nothing. It still means nothing. The fact that I have, under 10,000 now, but over 9,000 people still following me on Twitter, which Twitter, by the way, is going away. They are no longer going to be using the Twitter thing. They're going to be X only and blah. Why he bought it, I don't know. not really on it, so it doesn't really matter. And he's got an AI thing running. I forgot what I was talking about. I got caught up in the Twitter freaking mess. But yeah, number of people. Yeah, like I said, I had 12,000 at one point. People follow me on Twitter, and I could not even get people to ask a question. I couldn't even get 20 people to sign up to become slimes. I was very, very jealous of freaking people who had like 300 followers, and they'd have over 100, over half their followers were actually, or maybe not. They were gaining followers, but people were basically signing up to do artwork that they probably never did. I watch people like put up the artwork, let me draw you, and they never did the art. And if they did the art, if you ever watch either here on YouTube or on Twitch, I have all the fan art that has ever been drawn for me. I have it actually scrolling on my during my streams. Always have that run. So I did sign up for a few, but like I said, I became kind of very jealous of the fact that like here I am putting myself out there. I'm doing the artwork, and people are like, it was like doing the slime thing. Like I didn't even get 20 people on Twitter to sign up for the slime. Didn't even get 20. And I was doing 1,000 slimes that year. I did 1,000 slimes that year. I panicked and I did Hollow Live. I did V Shoujo, which no longer exists. But I did people that don't have any contact with me whatsoever. They don't. I turned into slime people who don't even know I exist. How's that? And I know that a lot of people have said I've had a lot of really nice things. I mean, it's after 5 years. The nice things that people have written to me and commented and said, done. I mean, I wouldn't be able to stream without the nice things and the gifts and the things that people have been giving me. I wouldn't be able to do this. My computer comes from basically the charity of people who saw that I was in desperate need and helped out. I mean, it still amazes me. I'm not used to ask. I'm not one that usually asks for help and stuff like that. I forgot what game it was. I think it was like Golf with Friends or something like that. And my computer just basically just shit the bed. I don't know if that was when my younger computer that I was streaming with originally. I don't know what that was when. That's when it caught fire, or if it's my older computer just basically just could not handle it. But I've already been through. This would be my third computer that I'm using for streaming. Yeah, 3 phones. It wouldn't be possible. People wearing my art. Holy cow, that wouldn't be possible without the help of everybody. I owe everything that I am to you. And I'm sorry I'm not huge. I'm sorry that maybe you'll feel like you got a bum deal on this or something. I don't know. I asked the question one time, like, have I done enough? Have I given back more than I've taken from this community? And I don't know the answer to that. Like I said, I've had a lot of people talk great about these videos that I do, the morning commute themselves. I haven't had one person. Well, I've had the complaints that I had is I can't hear you because your freaking muffler's dying, and please don't talk politics. This is not if you're not a political show, you shouldn't do politics. And I think that was just like somebody trying to give me advice, which was nice. Thank you. Thank you for your advice. I don't know if I'm going to be able to follow it, but thank you. We're not a political show. That is true. You definitely won't hear from me like the ins and outs of what's going on politically, and you'll definitely get my opinion. I will. If somebody wants to know my opinion on it, it's really I have a really simple philosophy. And I definitely don't believe that the servant of the people should be a bully. I think that's one of the worst ways to lead. But that is my opinion, and that's where we're going to end it. But yeah, so I have had some critical thing. That's about as critical as people get. I can't hear you, and I'm not going to watch you anymore because you've gone political, or you've gone woo woo, or whatever the fuck. I love AI, so I can't like you. You could definitely. If you're AI, then yeah, we might have an issue. but most likely you're not AI, because AI is not really artificial intelligence. It's an algorithm. It basically eats up all the information around it, and it creates, however, the most popular, not the right, the most popular answers. So if the collective is wrong, and that's kind of what Wikipedia had problems with as well. The algorithm here on YouTube is an earlier version of the current AI, and I think it's even more sophisticated. I think it's because it's had a lot of time. But it's definitely more sophisticated. Which makes me laugh because of how much money they're spending on AI right now. And then again, YouTube's AI, has to work with a hell of a lot of videos, so it's probably gotten very good at basically sorting them out and what people would like. And as frustrated as I am that a lot of people won't like my, the algorithms deem me unlikable, and also I don't put in freaking tags or freaking descriptions, or don't do any of that stuff anymore either, which probably I should. Even though I said I should, I'm going to know it definitely feels like a huge waste of time. And the reason I say that is because if you go back to my earlier videos, you know that I was basically everything got tagged, everything got long descriptions on what is in the video and everything like that. And everything was supposed to be meant for the AI, and I think it's hysterical that Fat Babe seems to have caught some attention. But when I say some attention, I want you to know that it still hasn't even broken 1,000 views. So when I say some attention, it is really not. It's definitely not going viral. An almost 5-year-old video. I think it still says 4 years. Let's say 4-year-old video. So you got a 4-year-old video here freaking sitting there. I didn't write it, so it's not my parody, so I really don't have any stake in the game and stuff like that. But that's got all the tags. That's got everything that you could possibly need. It's got everything. For a YouTube video and to be in an algorithm, and it could be the reason why it's one of my it is the current most popular video. But a morning commute, when I left the post office and I went to an interview, I had I had that. That's my second most popular video, and that has none of the tags. And that was the number one video for the longest time. And it has none of the tags. It has none of the things that they say that the algorithm will take and use and make you popular, and I have to admit, it was a lot of fucking work. To write the descriptions and everything like that. A lot of work. And I definitely felt like it was a lot of work for nothing. I definitely think that the type of people that the algorithm will definitely get to watch my video are not the type of people that I want. I want you. I want people who are going to stick around. I want people who are going to ask questions. I want people who are going to say cool beans. Like always, cool beans in the comments below. I want you. I don't want somebody who's just going to click on and give me a view without giving me, without even seeing what this is about or knowing what this is about. Somebody who watches the video all the way to this point. You are unique and special, and you deserve all the praise in the world, especially from me. You are the reason that this exists. You're the reason that I've continued. And if you watch the earlier videos and you know that I was going through that whole thing, that I should stop doing this. You also know that this isn't like, oh, it's one video. There's 700 videos of this, and there's an evolution and a change in perspective and a whole thing. There's lots of stuff happening. But you are the heart of it. You are the center of it. And I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time doing it. And as always, take care. I don't know if I'm going to do an actual morning commute home video, because I'm going to be doing 16 hours today. But I might. We'll see. All right, take care. All right, bye.